they want to give Crawford millions of dollars, right? You know, but don't try to come and try to fool me, telling me that Crawford can beat Canelo. There is no way. There is no way that Crawford can beat Canelo.
As the mega fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford draws near, anticipation is reaching a boiling point. Fans, fighters, and pundits are all weighing in. Some believe Canelo's size and power will once again prove unstoppable, while others insist Crawford's technical brilliance will carve through the champion. Inside his camp, Canelo's every move is being scrutinized. His sparring, his diet, his mindset, nothing is going unnoticed as boxing's biggest star prepares for perhaps the toughest challenge of his career.
Este tipo de barras de proteína, digo, cuando tienes mucha hambre o estás ocupado, o como yo que me gusta jugar golf, creo que llevarte una en la mochila, en la maleta, y mientras que estás, que tiras en el intermedio, puedes comerte una como para salir los 18 hoyos, creo que es importante. Peanut butter, muy rica. No, mi dieta es muy fácil, complicada pero fácil. En la mañana son mis claritas de huevo con jamón. En la tarde mi pescado con verduras. En la noche igual lo que como, mi pescado con verduras. Ese prácticamente es mi dieta. No, pues mi régimen de entrenamiento es en la mañana hacer todo lo que es de box, el sparring, los costales, la técnica y después de eso pues el acondicionamiento físico.
Crawford, moving up in weight with supreme confidence, has already mapped out how he'll dethrone the Mexican superstar. But Canelo's team believes the difference in size, strength, and experience will be too much for even a fighter as gifted as Bud. This isn't just another fight. It's a collision of eras, styles, and legacies. And if either man slips up, history will remember it forever. Hear it from Shane Mosley, who said it best. Canelo's sheer size is going to make this fight a nightmare for Terence Crawford. Mosley pointed out that Bud isn't exactly the type of fighter who dances around the ring to avoid punishment. He's a dog. He comes forward, he plants his feet, and he likes to break opponents down. That's exactly what makes him so good at welterweight and super welterweight. But against someone like Canelo, who naturally walks around bigger, stronger, and thicker, that same style could be his undoing.
Shane, what do you think about Canelo and Crawford?
I think Canelo's too big for Crawford. I think Canelo's too big for Crawford. I think that the reason why, if Crawford was a mover like the rest of the fight, then maybe he can have a good chance with Canelo. But I think that being that Crawford is a fighter, that's gonna be dangerous. That's gonna be his problem. He's a fighter. He wants to fight. He's gonna move a little bit, but his heart is not in moving. So he's gonna have to sit there and fight with Canelo. If you sit there and fight with Canelo, and he's that much bigger than you, then I don't know. But everybody think, Crawford, he's a great boxer, he's this, he's that, which he is. He's a great fighter. And I think he's a great fighter at 140, 47. And he seems just to be, good at 54. Now we're going to 68.
How many more tricks has Canelo learned since you last fought him? Like he was.
Mosley basically warned fans that this matchup isn't about skill alone, it's about physics. Crawford's incredible IQ and timing might help him land, but what happens when Canelo takes those shots and keeps coming? What happens when Crawford stands his ground and tries to trade? According to Mosley, that's not going to end well for Bud. He'll be dealing with the kind of size, power, and pressure he's never felt before. And that's the narrative a lot of boxing legends are leaning toward. Crawford can box, sure, but to beat Canelo at 168, you need to be a mover. Someone willing to use the entire ring, slip, dodge, and play keep away.
If he's able to be aggressive, not be affected by Bud's punches, and just keep, attacking and imposing that will on him, and then Bud being a dog that he is, and, just saying, you know what, I'm going to go. I'm letting loose.
Yeah.
I think that can change the effect on Bud, and I think that will be the way that Alvarez can win that fight.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so what do you think? Obviously, if Bud remains slick, what outside of that could cause Canelo to lose this?
Crawford's pride won't let him do that. He's too much of a fighter at heart, and if he tries to fight Canelo the way he fought Spence, Porter, or Khan, the outcome is already written.
Canelo and Bud. Who you like in this fight?
Canelo.
Why? Because Bud had to move up 3 classes?
Yes. And in the history of boxing, I've never seen anybody move up 2 classes and be successful.
Well, Roy did.
I mean, but not in one jump, not in one leap.
Right, you're right.
It was a here,
right.
Light, heavyweight, fight a few fights,
right.
Okay, heavyweight. We talking about he just fought 147 one fight ago.
Right.
And then you gonna fight at 168?
Yeah. Did he fight his last fight at 54?
Yes, just one fight
right.
though.
And so now he'd go from 54 to 60 to 68.
Right.
And then he doesn't have a rehydration clause, so Canelo might be 180. 185, 190.
190.
Right. Do you think he thinks he can outbox Canelo?
I think he can outbox Canelo too until he get hit.
Hear it from Regis Prograis, who didn't mince words when asked about Crawford's chances against Canelo. Prograis made it clear that this isn't just any big fight, it's Canelo Alvarez we're talking about. The face of Mexican boxing, the undisputed legend who's been walking through champions for years.
Jamel was undisputed at 154, and Canelo hit him, and Jamel was like, hell no, Jamel took a knee. So it's a big difference. And Crawford had that one fight at 154, and he didn't, Madrimov would touch him up a little bit. And this is nowhere close to Madrimov. You talk about Canelo. Now, if it was just another bigger guy, I would go with Crawford. But you talk about this might be, people might kill me for it, but well, not really, but this might be the best Mexican fighter ever. One of them, at least, right? You talk about Canelo and Crawford going up against him. So the only thing they have, but I would say the only thing he has going for him is he's a skillful fighter, and Canelo is older, but so is Crawford too. I think Crawford is 37, 38, something like that. Canelo's 36. So they both are older right now. But man, I don't personally see it. Now, a lot of people see that Crawford can beat Canelo. It's just like that punch resistance is something else. They make weight classes for a reason. If he could beat him, man, I think he on the Mount Rushmore of fighters if Crawford can pull this off. But I don't see it.
He emphasized that while Terence Crawford is one of the most skilled technicians boxing has ever seen, there's a difference between skill and sheer power.
Oh, I'm feeling great. I've been working out. Actually, I just got done running before we, head into the press conference. So everything is going according to plan, and I'm looking forward to becoming a 3-time undisputed champion come September 13th.
Canelo has that kind of destructive, bone-rattling power that can change a fight with one shot. And Regis firmly believes Crawford has never felt anything like it.
I'm going with Terence Crawford, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
As shocking as it sounds, Canelo Alvarez is stepping into this fight as the underdog. Let that sink in. A guy who's been the face of boxing for more than a decade, a champion across multiple weight classes, and one of the most dominant fighters of his generation, now suddenly being doubted. But that's the Crawford effect.
All right, let me ask you, you're a boxing fan, right?
Yeah, bad.
Canelo versus Terence Crawford. Like right now, according to betonline.ag, Canelo's favored -180, Crawford is 139. That means that if you bet on Canelo, you'd have to bet $180 to make $100.
That's not that bad.
It's almost 2-to-1 odds.
Yeah, but
almost.
Canelo stuff used to be way crazier than that.
Terence Crawford's no joke, though.
I mean, I would bet Terence Crawford on the fight.
So you would bet on Terence Crawford?
Yeah.
Why?
He never lost. Mayweather beat Canelo real easy. And I don't think Terence Crawford...
Mayweather beat Canelo way early on. Way early on.
But
plus it's Mayweather.
Listen, Law is Mayweather, his cheat code. But I think if anybody can beat Canelo, it's Terence Crawford. I mean, I'm not betting against somebody that never lost. You know what I mean? Now, if Terence Crawford take his punches, that's what we got to see.
Yeah, September 13th in Las Vegas.
That's going to be the biggest fight ever, probably.
It'll be on Netflix.
I think it's going to be the biggest fight ever.
Yeah, Canelo's getting $150 million. Crawford's getting $50 million. Huge paydays for everyone involved.
Plus, they're going to get probably back-end money, too.
Yeah.
But how does that work? Because it's not pay-per-view. Do they still...
Netflix putting up the money.
So I'm saying, so they don't get no back-end then?
No, there is no back-end. There's ticket sales.
Yeah, because pay-per-view, the back-end is the most.
There's no pay-per-view.
I guess if you give me $50 million up front, I don't really care about a back-end. You give me
but Netflix doesn't do back-ends, period. Like even
so
on
he
movie
getting
deals.
3 times more than Terence Crawford? God damn. That's crazy, bro. I would at least think it'd be 2 times.
Would you turn down $50 million?
Not even 5.
So,
I know
today you could be pocket watching the other boxer, but at the end of the day, you're still getting $50 million.
Yeah, $50 million.
Biggest payday he's ever gotten in his life, even after taxes and whatever.
Like I just think he was enough of a draw. They can get at least half of what he was getting. Well, of course, $50 million. Like
Canelo has the whole like Latin community, and you got to think that's a huge thing.
But yeah, I remember Terence Crawford's last fight's been sold out just like Canelo's.
No, I mean they all sell out. Terence is a beast. I just feel like Canelo's kind of a bigger figure.
He a bigger figure, but I didn't think he was that 3 times bigger. This fight's gonna be insane.
Hey man, it's all about negotiation.
You know what it was? Because you know why? Probably he getting so much less because Canelo ain't had to take it. Canelo scared of Benavidez though, period. And I don't think he could beat Benavidez at all. I would bet on Benavidez.
Yeah,
for sure.
Terence Bud Crawford's reputation is built on surgical precision, a killer instinct, and a mindset that's broken down every opponent he's faced.
Oh wow, you really feel that Terence could stop a bigger Canelo?
Possibly, yeah, sure. He's got super accurate shots, and if he's able to weather the storm early from Canelo, if that's what Canelo's strategy is, that could tire him out, and that could allow a window for Terence Crawford to start seeing if he's able to pick the holes and land the good shots. He could certainly tire Canelo out and stop him later in the fight. It's definitely possible.
Fans, analysts, and even veteran pros are saying Canelo's size advantage won't matter once Crawford starts dissecting him in the ring. But here's the thing, Canelo isn't letting that label weigh him down. If anything, it's igniting something dangerous inside him. Every clip from his training camp shows a man possessed, pushing himself harder than ever, sharpening every weapon in his arsenal, and reminding the world why he's still considered boxing royalty. For Canelo, this isn't just about defending his legacy. It's about proving that even when the odds are stacked against him, the king doesn't bend, he doesn't fold, and he sure as hell doesn't bow to anyone. Not even Terence Crawford. Here's where things get real, because while everyone keeps talking about Crawford's IQ and timing, we can't ignore the one weapon Canelo Alvarez has that Crawford has never faced before: raw, relentless size and power.
Crawford, Canelo, who you got?
Crawford, Canelo? I still say Canelo.
I got Canelo too.
I still say Canelo. Ring IQ, I believe that Crawford has a bit more.
Yep.
However, it's just the size difference. I think that where Crawford is lacking is that he should test the waters even with somebody at that weight class before facing Canelo. But hey, they say he's a dog. He's got shot in the head and drove to the hospital, so maybe that's just his mentality.
Hey, let's see. Only one way to find out until that day comes.
It's the only way, but I definitely think that it's a great fight overall. You know, black and brown is how you get down.
Canelo is a natural super middleweight with a granite chin and the kind of thudding body shots that have folded world-class fighters in half. We're talking about a guy who's mastered the art of cutting off the ring, applying pressure in a way that forces opponents into corners where his left hook to the liver becomes a nightmare scenario. That's not just brute strength, that's technical mastery of ring generalship. If Canelo can close the distance, crowd Crawford, and make this fight about physicality instead of finesse, he can turn Bud's slick counters into survival mode. And that's exactly what his camp has been geared toward. Reports from inside Canelo's training camp show him drilling endless rounds on the heavy bag, focusing on torque and leverage, building the kind of explosive power that doesn't just hurt, you feel it in your bones. He's sparring with faster, lighter guys to simulate Crawford's speed, while loading up strength and conditioning circuits to ensure he can maintain that pace for all 12 rounds. His coaches are zeroing in on body attacks, knowing that Crawford, as sharp as he is, has never been broken down by someone who hits like a cruiserweight, disguised as a super middleweight.
Do you feel that Terence has a shot in beating Canelo Alvarez?
That's the million-dollar question. When I watched Terence Crawford get rattled and rocked by Yorkis Gamboa, who's a natural 30-pounder, that to me is going to be a huge problem when he gets hit by Canelo. So he fights at 175. He's fighting these big monsters. Right. Yeah. He's not getting rattled at all. Right. No. Berlanga's a big kid. Right. Yeah. So it makes me think, I mean, how is Crawford going to keep him away for 12 rounds? Canelo's going to come at him hard. Right. But then again, I think about Crawford's abilities and his IQ and his footwork, which Canelo cannot handle. And we know that for a fact. It happened with Bivol, it happened with Mayweather, who schooled him left and right with no problem. And Canelo was way stronger than Mayweather. So there's
Don't you think Canelo's a better fighter than he was then, today?
A better fight? Yeah, a little better. Yeah, his footwork is still the same. He's flat-footed. He's very heavy on his feet.
Obviously, Canelo has the power to hurt anyone.
In this game, power means a lot. If you can't keep your guy off you, or you don't know how because it's too much pressure. Right. And the one thing about Crawford is that he knows how to handle the pressure. He's a savvy boxer, you know, and he doesn't run. And he has that heart. He's a dog. He has that heart. You want to fight me? I'm going to fight you.
And Canelo knows if he can impose his will, if he can bully Crawford onto the ropes and punish that body, one mistake, one opening, and it's lights out. This fight might come down to skill versus size, but Canelo's training camp is proving one thing. He's sharpening both. So when fight night comes, he won't just be the bigger man. He'll be the smarter, stronger, and more dangerous one in that ring. This is why people are calling it the fight of the decade. It's not just Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. It's a legacy war, a clash that feels bigger than belts, money, or even pound-for-pound lists. Everyone has something to say about it. You've got legends breaking it down on podcasts, analysts debating it on ESPN, YouTubers dropping hot takes, and fans going back and forth all over Twitter and TikTok.
Boxing Doctor News. Hold on to your gloves. Fight fans. The boxing world is buzzing about the upcoming Canelo versus Crawford showdown. Trainer Bob Santos is placing his bets on Canelo Alvarez, and here's why. It's all about size and power, folks. Canelo's been crushing it at super middleweight, while Crawford's making a massive leap up. Santos thinks Canelo's experience at 168 pounds will be too much for Crawford to handle. But don't count Crawford out just yet. He's undefeated for a reason. Will Canelo's strength prevail, or can Crawford's skills overcome the size difference? This fight's got everyone talking, and it's anyone's game. Who are you rooting for in this epic clash? Drop your predictions in the comments.
The hype isn't manufactured. It's real, because this fight feels like the sport's ultimate what-if finally becoming reality. But here's what makes it even crazier. This could very well be the last time we ever see Canelo Alvarez lace up the gloves. Think about it. The man has already done it all. World titles in 4 divisions, mega fights against GGG, Mayweather, Kovalev, Plant, Bivol, you name it. If he beats Crawford, the fighter most fans consider untouchable right now, what's left? There won't be another mountain to climb. Canelo could walk away from the game on top, head high, legacy bulletproof, and nothing more to prove. But let's flip it. What if he loses? That's the part no one's ready to face. If Crawford actually outclasses him, Canelo's aura of invincibility takes a huge hit. The critics will say he couldn't hang with the slickest technician of this era. Detractors will argue that he stayed too long, that he should have retired earlier. His fans will still ride with him, but his status as the face of boxing might slip away for good. That's the high stakes.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. He does.
Billy Joe.
Does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is night and day.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo going?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
This fight isn't just about two greats colliding. It's about the very future of boxing's hierarchy. Canelo wins, he retires as a king. He loses, and suddenly it's Crawford's throne to own. Either way, history is being written in that ring. So now I've got to ask you, who's walking out with their hand raised? Does Canelo's size, power, and experience finally break Bud's streak of dominance? Or does Crawford prove that skill and mindset can conquer even the biggest mountain in boxing? Drop your predictions in the comments below, because I'm reading every single one of them. And if you enjoy diving into the inside story of Canelo's training camp, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next Gloves Off breakdown. We've got way more coming as Fight Night gets closer. This is Gloves Off. I'll catch you in the next one.